Energy update. My name is Ella Ivy, and I wanted to come live. I want to first of all thank everybody that's watching the replay. Thank you for joining. This is the Solstice Energy Report, and it was so funny getting everything set up today because technically I'm still nomadic and still do not have a home quite yet, and that's the focus of this solstice energy right now with Cancer. The sun at 0 degrees Cancer. It's about the home. It's about home matters, safety, security, where we feel at home in this world, in our bodies, with our communities, with each other. We've also got a full moon in Capricorn happening tomorrow. We've actually got what's called a blue moon. We've got the Capricorn, two full moons in Capricorn back to back. So one is happening June 22nd, and then one's happening July 15th or 16th, depending where you are. So we've got we've got the first one happening at 1 degrees, Capricorn, the full moon. Then we've got the second full moon happening at 29 degrees, which is called the anaretic or the critical degree of Capricorn. And so, how is this showing up? How is this manifesting right now with the configurations of the planet? Well, I'm looking to see right now. The sun is getting ready to be at 0 degrees Cancer. So again, we look at all things Cancer. We look at the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, right? So this is the longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. So what does that mean energetically, astrologically? We still have Jupiter in Gemini for 12 months and Jupiter's expansion. Gemini is the mind, communication, learning something new. And with Cancer, it's about learning something new for stability, to ground in something that you can pass on generationally, right? I'm thinking of like generational wealth. For those of you that are looking to build a home, right? You want to build a home not just for yourself, but for your family, for your family's family, for your sons and daughters, right? Your great, great, great grandchildren. This is what this axis point is illuminating right now because there's more light on this planet. There's more light, well, at least in the Northern Hemisphere. And in the Southern Hemisphere, it's actually the shortest. So it just depends on where you are in duality. And that's why the name of this energy report is called Mastering Duality, because with Jupiter and Gemini, we're starting to see how we're expanded in our minds and the aspects of self that are playing out that appear to be separate. And this is what Gemini means, right? It's dualism, it's dualistic. So think of all the dualistic signs in the zodiac. We've got Gemini, right? The twins. We've got Pisces, the two fish, which right now we've got Saturn in Pisces. So it's our structure, right? Learning to structure our spiritual nature, our spiritual mindset. And we've also got Sagittarius is a dual sign, right? So think about the mutable signs that have a dual nature to them, right? So Sagittarius, half man, half horse. So it's almost this duality of our instinctive animal natures. And then, of course, our human nature, the humanness of us that is learning to rectify that primal instinct that just does without thinking. And then, of course, we've got Jupiter and Gemini mastering the mind, right? Mastering all these dual aspects of ourselves. So how is this showing up right now in terms of the solstice energy, in terms of the full moon illumination in Capricorn, which is all about business, structure. It's about our authority figures. It's about top-down authority. It's where we govern our minds. It's where we govern our literal neighborhoods, right? Our governing bodies. So the full moon is about showing where there needs to be endings. There needs to show what needs to shift, what needs to change. And so what needs to change, and we're already witnessing this on the world stage, guys, is the governing structures, the governing bodies, the way we operate, the way we run our neighborhoods, which is very much Gemini. Our brothers and sisters, our siblings, right? Information, data, how we're assimilating that and how we're applying that to our governing structures to bring stability, to bring security. Cancer. Are we going to stabilize our finances? How are we going to stabilize what makes us feel safe? Our family life, our homes. This is all the Cancer Capricorn axis point. And again, because we're having two full moons in Capricorn, the beginning of this month or the end of June and in the middle of July, it's like the emphasis is on How we govern ourselves, how we govern our mind, how we govern our business, how we govern our families is all interconnected. It's all about mastering the dual nature of self. What is, isn't. What is light has to have a darkness. What is abundant has to show where we show lack, right? Where we feel safe is also illuminating our insecurities. And maybe illuminating our insecurities is pointing to us where we want to feel safe and taking those action steps. Because every new changing of a season is what's called a cardinal point. So with this cancer axis point of with Capricorn, it's about the cardinal taking action, beginning something new. So now that we have more light, now we have this full moon illuminating what's out of balance, what needs to be to bring us more income, which needs what where we need to master something, where we need to learn something, Jupiter and Gemini. These are just all the configurations right now that are popping up to be looked at, to be seen, to be activated, because we've also got our love and money, Venus in Cancer. We've got our mind, how we think, what we're thinking about in Cancer. And there's a sextile happening right now with Mars, our action planet in Taurus, which is our love, money, values, our body. And it's sextiling Cancer, Mercury in Cancer right now. So it's 60 degrees away. So there's a nice harmonious conversation about, wow, who do we want our family to be? Is the family that we're calling in for ourselves the family we were born into? Or are we calling in communal groups? Where do we find the values that you consider familial or familiar? You know, the word, if you look at etymology, the word family and familiar are this have the same etymology, right? So are you doing things in a familiar way that feels safe and secure, or are you being asked right now? This is the duality. This is the aspect that while we simultaneously want security and while we want to feel safe and we want to experience abundance on new levels, but we have to get uncomfortable and step out of our comfort zone of what's familiar. So this is what's being asked of us right now with this full illumination in Capricorn. It's like, okay, you need to release a mindset, a way you used to think about business, government, your family, your security, your job. These are all up for evaluation because we have more light now that we can see where we have been stagnant, where that maybe our mindset, those we consider family roots, are being uprooted, that we no longer a vibrational match to certain concepts, to certain communities, to certain structures, certain jobs. And so we're looking for a sense of community and family in new ways, new vistas. And this is happening with Jupiter and Gemini, especially, that's offering new possibilities, new data, new information that we can access. But we have to use the discernment, right? Because with the sun in Cancer, it's showing, yeah, this may be new information, but is it trustworthy? Is it something that you can stand behind? Is it going to bring you stability? Is it going to bring you friendships and family relationships? Right? And there's something that you have to drop away. This is Capricorn, right? With the full moon. I need to drop away old business patterns, old ways I even think about business, think about money, think about structure, think about family, my time. This is all up for evaluation right now. And how I can share this is showing up for me, guys, is I'm a spiritual entrepreneur. I've been doing astrology now, practicing astrology for over 20 years, and putting myself out into the digital world, which is very much Jupiter, Gemini, right? So learning to expand myself through media, but I'm also wanting to learn a new skill that complements me putting my work on social media with digital marketing, right? So if I'm selling products online, then I can learn simultaneously, learn while I earn, selling myself online. So this is a whole new construct of how I see business, money, information, my value, like learning a new skill, getting online, mastering the language, right? This is very much about Jupiter and Gemini. It's learning to be able to speak your story, speak your truth, tell a new version of yourself, tell a new version of the reality you'd like to see based on what you're projecting, what you're starting to see illuminated around you now with so much more light. So it's again balancing out this divine dichotomy, this divine paradox of what is and what isn't at the same time. and how really being of service is serving yourself. So stepping out of the me, myself, I only service to self and learning how to be of service to others and also not just being service to others and not knowing how to take care of yourself. Right. So this beautiful dance, this synergistic dance of learning a new skill, mastering your mind, mastering your language, showing where you want to show up in the world and what that means in as far as bringing more security, not only financial security but emotional security, doing what you love, being around people that are joyful, being around community members who get you, who have like visions, who can see and project with you, right? Where two or more are gathered, to Gemini. So who are you attracting right now into your field? And just being able to look at that, because all is self. Remember, lives in astrology comes from the premise that all is self. So these dualistic natures, these dualistic aspects of yourself that are showing up for you, to see where you need to master your mind, where you need to master your language, how you're speaking about your reality, bringing in more security. And it's not an outside thing, guys. It's just a mirror reflection of what's going on in the inside. So if you're looking to master more security, practice those things that bring you more security. This is what the Venus and the mind is showing you, because they're right now conjunct. Venus is at 4 degrees, Mercury's at 7 degrees. So with a 3-degree orb, again, both in Cancer. Cancer is a cardinal point. So is Capricorn. It's beginning something new, bringing more a sense of security through the home, through how you take action in your home, but also how you see your home, how you feel at home in your body. Again, this is also Mars in Taurus, which is our primordial life force energy, in Taurus, which is the physical body, the senses. So there's so many synergistic opportunities right now to learn a new skill, to see your dual nature in a new way, to rectify and say, okay, I am light, I am shadow. And when you witness somebody else's light and shadow playing out, just hold the space, see them in love as you see yourself in love. This is part of the energy of the solstice, is being able to master duality, the dual aspects and nature of you, which you're seeing reflected in the other, which you're seeing reflected on the world stage, and learning to nurture. Again, these are all Cancer words. Nurture, love unconditionally, mother yourself unconditionally, be there for yourself, be your own father, your mother, be your own inner child, because we still got the North Node in Aries, which is these dynamics of our inner child playing themselves out, right? But again, all while learning a new skill, while being able to step out of your comfort zone in your mind, mastering your thought forms. What's coming up for you? What are you projecting? What are you speaking upon? Who are you hanging out with? Who's familiar to you? These are all some of the aspects, the words, the ways of perceiving reality that we can be stepping into on a bigger world stage. But you've got to be able to be grounded, to be solid, even when you're ungrounded. This is again that mastering duality, the divine paradox of what is and what isn't. So this is more of a channeled perspective that wants to come in today. And actually, the dragons wanted to come in today, because I love the dragon deck, and we are in the year of the wood dragon. So I wanted to pull a card for the collective energy, because I like to play. And this is just a new way to express myself. It's the astrology, but it's also using different skills and tools and techniques and ways to communicate the energy, right? So astrologically, it's a beautiful tool and I love it. But there's also correspondence with visions, with using divination tools, right? So crystals, I've got some purify oil around me. I put some magnesium spray on. You guys know this. I like to use my tools. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card for the collective right now. What do we need to know for the solstice energy? What are the dragons wanting to share with anybody that's watching this now or in the recording? And again, thank you guys for being here. And also, if you're liking the content, please hit like or subscribe. It's free for you. It expands the channel. It's good for me to get the message out there. And yeah, if you guys are enjoying this right now, if you can just hit like, subscribe, share. Oh, this popped through. Air and fire dragon. Here we go. Expands your creative energies. Harness your creativity, excitement, and enthusiasm. Communicate your passion. So here we are. We're talking about this is the Jupiter and Gemini. Communicating passions is all about communication and communicating to yourself, right? So here's the air and the fire, which are both masculine, by the way. And Gemini is air, and this is the year of the fire dragon. It's a wood fire. So this is the energy that wants to come through. So let's just read about that real quick. Air and fire dragon. Excuse me. Excuse me. I have something going on here because I'm learning to open up my throat chakra. So I'm noticing, I don't know if you guys know this, as you're learning to speak your truth and put yourself out there. If you are exploring a new way of communicating and sharing yourself either on social media or with your friends and family, you might notice your throat might have some expressions here. Air and fire dragon. So it's just all part of the opening. Let's see, air and fire. It's number 32. So let's read this here. 32. Shimmering fourth dimensional blue and orange air and fire dragons are very vocal. Here we go. Here's that Gemini. Making their presence known. They often create turbulence as they swirl around us. Air mixes with fire to ignite an explosion of creativity, enthusiasm, and aliveness. These dragons make us feel happy, excited, and sometimes a little unsettled or even overwhelmed. At the same time, the element of fire transmutes lower energies and clears the path of our destiny, while air enables us to communicate our passion at a soul level. Choosing this card indicates it is a time to harness your gifts and talents for your highest good and that of the world. You have something in your soul to bring forward. Your guidance is to decide what fires your enthusiasm, then trust your inner wisdom and talk about it. Take a chance and step onto your true path of happiness and creativity. Remember that excitement and passion are magnetic qualities that will draw the right people and situations to you. This card can also suggest that circumstances may present themselves to you in which you will be required to make a rapid decision using your intuition and discernment rather than logic. The air and fire dragon has come to you telling you to trust yourself. You have all you need to make the right choice. With your air and fire dragon beside you, success is ensured. So this is another part of mastering the message, is also mastering the words and mastering your mind and being able to communicate your needs. And not even communicating your needs to others, guys, but this is communicating your needs to yourself, right? What do you need in your heart space, in your truth, to make you feel secure, to make you feel that comfort of home within your body? Taurus, this is Mars and Taurus. What do you need to bring that security? And it's not always about a dollar in the bank account, right? It's a dollar amount in the bank account. It's not about that. It's how do you make people feel? How do you feel when you're around others? Are you in truly of service and giving from your heart, speaking about all these new creative ideas and endeavors that you want to see be brought into reality? Are you speaking on those things? Are you mastering your mind to focus only on what you want? And yes, recognize when the duality, when the darkness comes and that negative mindset comes in, right? Oh, you can't, I don't believe it. The inner critic, the inner cynic that comes in and says, oh, it's not possible. You get excited about something, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, I see a solution to this. And then immediately there's that other paradoxical thought form that comes in and says, no, that's not possible. You can't do that. Again, the dual nature of us is life, potential, possibility shows up as well as cynic, negativity, and you can't do it. They show up simultaneously. So it's up to us to decide. I'm thinking of that parable with the Indian. I forget exactly, but it says it's the wolf you feed, the animal you feed. Either you're feeding the wolf of destruction or you're feeding the wolf of life of possibilities. You feed it by giving it your attention. So this is really the focus right now about bringing in a mastering of duality, mastering how we feel secure in our bodies, in our minds, in our hearts, what we're magnetizing. It's about mastering the mind, what we speak on, and what we're focused on. So now with this solstice energy and this full illumination showing where we're putting our focus, because you're seeing your reality. you're seeing what's showing up around you going, oh my gosh, am I really magnetizing and attracting this energy? Yeah, you may be. And that's okay because again, those dual natures come up. They're like, again, I think of the word dual. It's like they're warring. Duality is these warring, dueling aspects of self, right? Sorry about the background noise. My roommate's juicing, if you guys can hear it. Anyway, so I just wanted to give a little update, give a little perspective on the solstice energy. Again, air and fire, maybe you might want to go do a fire that's very ceremonial. It's very transmutative. It really brings a level of alchemy, especially with the full moon in Capricorn, which is showing an illumination. It's showing where we need to shift, where we need to change our governing bodies, our governing mindsets, how we rule our business, because this is all Capricorn. What business may be wanting to be started, right? Because it's a cardinal point. So things have to end for things to begin. So depending on where this is happening in your chart, guys, if it's happening in the 10th house, you may be starting a brand new career. You may be starting a brand new, if 9th house, it's new schooling, right? 4th house, you may be moving into a new home, right? Looking for new ways to generate abundance and security within yourself by starting something new. So what are you starting new? This full light illumination is showing what needs to shift, where you can feel more secure, what actions you need to take, and how to manage your mind, how to master your language, how you speak about your reality, how you speak about yourself, how you speak about your neighbors, your brothers, your sisters. Is all Gemini, because we're being expanded right now. So what we're being expanded into is based on your vibration, based on your focus, and based on how you are vibrating. So again, my guides keep telling me manage your vibration, manage your mind, manage your language, feel secure, go out in nature, ground, be with the earth, be reconnected, because that's how you feel secure. It's not about the dollar amount in your bank account. It's about how good you feel in your body. The safest place for you to be right now, Mars and Taurus, is in your body. And that's a good mantra you guys could be working with right now. And this is what I'm working with, is the safest place for me to be right now is in my body. The safest place for me to be is in my body. It's okay to be in your body. This is the time to get embodied. We just had Jupiter in Taurus, now Jupiter in Gemini. We embodied the energy. Now it's time to master the mind, to embody the mind in its full capacity and realize it's a dual aspect. There's dual natures happening. And so it's mastering that duality within, expressing more of yourself, mastering your language, and putting yourself out there, learning a new skill. Again, this is the time for brothers and sisters, families. Historically, the summer months in the Northern Hemisphere is about being with family, going on vacations, exploring the way, taking time off of school, being, it's more sun, it's hotter, it's time to be in nature. So this is the true family. Earth is our true family as well. So this is a way to go explore, do that, set up that full moon release, allow yourself to feel that inner security, no matter what's going on outside of you. It's the practice. It's mastering the mind, mastering the language, and allowing yourself to rectify the dual nature of you, the dual nature of all of us, because all of us are here to master duality on some level, some form, depending where it's at in your chart, depending on where it's being highlighted in your life. You can see that really clearly. So anyway, thank you guys for connecting. Thank you anybody for watching the replay. Please go enjoy this solstice energy. Do some sort of fire ritual, help you feel grounded, spend time with your family, and really learn to master your mind and master your thoughts, guys, and how you speak about your reality, because this is what's going to influence how you experience these upcoming frequencies. So thank you again. And if you like the content, hit like, subscribe, share. It's really good for me and it's free for you. And again, thank you so much for tuning into the energy. So much love to you guys. All right. Bye.